Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do this mermaid glam. We're also going to match our bodies to the face, and I'm going to show you my favorite methods for getting like a super dewy, beautiful body as well, because sometimes it's so glam up here and then you just have like a white arm and it's like not as fabulous. So if you want to see how we got this look and get ready with me really quickly, this is just a chit-chatty get ready with me because I am late and I am drained of sadness, so I'm not being sad today. I'm not sharing trauma. We're just gonna get ready. So if you wanna see how we got this mermaid look, just keep watching. Hi you guys, I hope my mic is working because I didn't check it because I had some technical problems. I plugged in my light using the wrong cord. It started smoking. And now, because of this setback, we have 30 minutes to do a mermaid makeup. But I think that's a nice challenge because mermaid makeup ideally should be really light and easy to do. So I have a little base on from earlier and we're gonna jump right into the eyes. I'm gonna use the Karla Cosmetics Pillow Fight Opal Shadow Potion. And this stuff is pretty awesome. Like, just look at that. It has a really cool shift to it. It's kind of like a smooth, it's almost as if like if Danessa Myricks' Chrome Flakes went into the blender and came out super smooth. Like, the pigment is there, the shine is there, but there's no chunk to it. Like, Danessa is, her products is really quite chunky. It also does kind of fade throughout the day, kind of gets chunkier and clumpier. It loses its shine, but this, it does not lose its shine. So I'm literally just gonna put it all over, and I'm gonna use this as my base for my other shadows to go right on top. I can't believe I only have 30 minutes to put this on. And I guess I'll be probably removing it in the car because I can't go to Bunda like this. There's this workout class for your bum called Bunda in LA. It's insane. And if you ever go, the best instructor's name is Ray Jones. So my sister was like, his class is open, let's go. We're going. This is layer number 2 of this mermaid eye. I loved this trend. Trends come and go quickly. I don't know if it's still even a trend. Like, am I too late? I don't know. This is the second time I've filmed like a mermaid look just because I think it's very beautiful. And I don't think that many looks are quite as pretty as this one. Like, there's tons of makeup looks that go viral all the time, but not all are this pretty. So we'll just let that dry for a second and then remember this, I got this, Viseart sent this little palette to me. I felt like this would be good to kind of layer on top of the mermaid shadows. So let's try that. I also have a Karla Cosmetics single shadow that we'll be using as well. Let's start with maybe this color and see what that looks like. I can't really see it. We might need something with a little bit more punch. Yeah, we'll revisit this. Let's use the Karla one. Let's put this right on top. These will always be enough because these are kind of crazy. These work best with the fingers. And let's stack this like mostly in the inner corner, and then we'll put a different shade next to it to kind of give that different looking shift. I hope the camera picks this up because my light started smoking. That was actually my favorite light. A couple of you have asked about my lighting setup. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll tell you what I was using. The Yang nooo lights are my fave, but it just started smoking, so. And the other one burnt out. It's been a couple years, but I've kind of had trouble with them lately. Let's also layer some Houdini glitter on top of this because why not? I think we should just take this and just focus this on the end of the eye since I already put the Karla on the inner corner. And this, okay, it's Houdini. It's called Houdini because it's like a now you see it, now you don't sort of situation. Like the reflection of it is pretty crazy. It disappears, but then when it does show up, it's like crazy bright. This stuff is insane. And when you wear it out in the daytime, it looks, we'll put it in the inner corner too. It looks crazy because it's, like I said, like a now you see it, now you don't kind of situation. So you'll look like you don't really have much on, and then all of a sudden you get like a bright purple shift. It's almost like an invisible glitter, but when it shows up, it's purple. Let's do a little liner with this situation, or should we not? Maybe we should just do lashes. Let's see how that goes. Plus, we're short on time, so let's try it. I got this pair of house lashes in the style Limitless. Fluffy and dramatic, it says. It looks like this. I think this would be a good lash for this look. I'm completely out of my favorite eyelash, which is the Ardell 705, but last night I ordered 7. I ordered 7 from Ardell.com because the beauty supply was out of them. Amazon charges $7 and Ardell charges $5. So I was like, I'll just get the free shipping, meet the requirements. So that's why I bought so many and just keep them stocked, because that lash is my holy grail lash. I need it to survive. I need it to thrive. Nothing else really feels right. And these ones were more expensive for sure, these House of Lashes ones. I don't know how much I can't remember how much they were, but when I tag them, you'll see, you'll see the price or whatever. They were under 12, maybe possibly under 10, but I think they were more than the Ardell. But the Ardell just has my heart because it has a thin band and a huge payoff. I love a big lash. That being said, I can see this in the mirror, and this is pretty fabulous as well. So maybe I should stop complaining about not having my Ardells. I emailed Ardell and I was like, please, please, please consider me for your PR list. That is like the one thing that nobody gives me ever is lashes. Okay. We need to get a good fit because I'm probably not going to have time to take these off before class pass. And now we're down to 20 minutes, but we already have our eye on. That's amazing. I think we should also do like a fun color in the waterline. And actually, maybe it's better to keep it simple for once because it's easier to replicate a look when it's just really straightforward, simple. Just glittery eyes, really. Let's do a gradient in the waterline. Let's start with purple and then end with blue because that sounds fun and mermaidy. Oh, I like this purple. I'm learning actually, well, I kind of already knew this, but I fell off the wagon for a while because I always say I hate color. I actually don't hate color. I like jewel tones, but I don't like neons or kind of like chunky colors, bright colors. I like deeper tones or like iridescent shimmery tones. Like this is colorful, but it's iridescent. It's not like insane. That's pretty. And then I already have a little bit of BB cream on from earlier. Let's put a little bit more. I just got this in the mail from Purlisse. God bless them. You know, one day I was talking about them. I was like, they asked me to do something for free and they don't even want to send me anything. Well, they sent me this. That was very nice. And they also sent me a blush. So we're going to wear it because this is one of my absolute favorites. I think I have 5 shades. They don't have a lot of shades, first of all. I think they only have like 5 shades in the retailers. I don't know about elsewhere, but in the retailers, I can only ever find 5 shades. So I have them all in my makeup kit. And man, do I use them. I use these foundations, BB creams on almost everybody, especially if they say they don't like to be cakey, because this is not cakey. This is the non-cakey queen of BB creams. You know, the one BB CC cream that is a cake factory is this, is the It Cosmetics. I'm actually kind of surprised by that one. However, it works really well for some skins. For me, it's a cake factory. For some skins, it's not at all. Let's also just touch up our concealer. I have a little concealer from earlier, but this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. This, I really like it, but it doesn't last as long as some of my others. So it's a good touch-up product because it's really lightweight, but I don't know if I would like go to anywhere important in this one. Just FYI. Also, we don't even really have time for a story time today, and I'm kind of drained on the depressing stories. I've been doing a lot of client work this week, which I actually took a step back from recently, just because I've been getting busy doing my own thing. But this week, all of my regulars have reached out for makeup, and when it's my regulars, I cannot say no. I cannot, because I love them, they love me, they supported me all these years. You know, some people I've been doing for 5-6 years, their makeup for every single event. So I've been doing these regulars, and holy frick, it's hard for me to keep up with all this stuff because I'm doing YouTube stuff too. And I had a few ads coming up. So if you guys see the ads, I know it's not fun to see ads, but you guys are always really nice about the ads. I see a few of you being oh yeah, she's getting ads now. Thank you for supporting me. I know ads are not the type of content that we want to see, but your girl has to pay the rent somehow. So the ads help with that, because the algorithms alone, I'm learning about this. I'm putting a little more of this on. I'm learning about this whole social media, whatever it is. Unless you're really huge, you don't really make much money, especially on TikTok. You don't really make much money on the platforms alone. So if you want to do it as a job, you actually have no choice but to do some ads. And I see people all the time I'm going to also add a lash to the end because I cut it a little too short. But I see people all the time saying I'll never sell out. This is my passion. I don't want to make money off my passion. And I just think, why? Why? But then you have to have another job. If this is going to be your job, then you kind of have to do the boring part and do the ads. You know, I'm not super passionate about doing ads. I do them because it's now a part of my life. But I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think it's selling out. I think it's just taking care of yourself. And we all know I will take care of me. And there's also there's no pressure if you don't want to buy something. I buy from people's ads a lot, but I also don't a lot because there's so many ads on the internet. I don't know. It's kind of a weird debate. And it also goes on in my head because I'm sometimes I question myself. I'm why am I doing ads? Oh, because I have a rent to pay. Do you know how much it costs to live in Los Angeles? It costs a lot. I don't know why I'm going down this rant. This is the shade Cool Mauve in the Purlisse BB blush. This is interesting. I've only ever tried the orange. It's leaking oil. That's weird. That's weird. Maybe I spilt something, or maybe it's leaking oil. I don't know. I've never tried this specific blush before. I have the orange one, but because I don't wear orange blush very often, I couldn't really get a read on it. This is a nice color though. 15 minutes. Hey, we're making good progress. And let's do bottom mascara. I will always stand for a bottom mascara. I think it goes a really long way. And maybe for our little mermaid look too, we could do some white and purplish in the lower lash line first. I love this ColourPop stick. It was part of the Alice in Wonderland collection. I don't know if it's still available, but if you see this anywhere, if anybody has any back stock, it's worth having. It's so cool. Lancome, I don't know, made a product like this years ago when I worked for them, and I loved it. It was like the one thing that I loved, but then they discontinued it. Yeah, I used to be a retail girly before. When I moved to LA, I pretty much came without a job, right? So I had to get a job very quickly, and Lancome saved my ASS because I moved down here from Vancouver, didn't have a job, needed something fast, needed to start working because it took a while for me to settle in and move, and my life was turned upside down. And then I met with the ladies from Lancome, and they hired me as a makeup artist. So, little tip, if you guys are into beauty and you're like trying to get into beauty sales, there's these jobs called either demonstrators, or they call it a makeup artist job, but it's sales. It's not makeup artist. It's not really like a real makeup artist position, but they'll put up an ad, and one brand will hire you to travel to different makeup stores and demonstrate their products and try to get people to sit down and buy it. You're kind of like the store's little bonus for that day to like push sales and stuff. I hate sales, so I didn't last at the job very long. As soon as I got a makeup job, I was out of there. But doing this saved my butt. It paid my rent for many months. I think I did this job for a year. Woo! This is a ColourPop Heart Blush. It might be discontinued in my feels. It might be discontinued, but there's one by Melt that is just the same. I'll tag that one if I can't find this, because that Melt one is pretty crazy cool. It's actually a little bit more pigmented and a little bit less, maybe a touch less sparkly, but this is very mermaidy. Whoa. Whoa. My sister's gonna see me and be like, whenever I'm late to class, she's just counting the minutes. Because, you know, sometimes they won't let you in, or they'll make you wait 8 minutes, and she'll text me 10 times. Where are you? Where are you? She has time anxiety, and it's because our mom never picked us up for school on time. We'll blend this mauve shade Sassy Pants into this just to soften it a little bit. But my mom would leave us outside of school for hours. My mom would leave us outside of the YMCA for hours. My mom was gone. She was busy. Once I got an IUD in, I was actually older though. I wasn't a kid anymore, but I was at home. I didn't have a car, and I needed her to pick me up. And if you've ever gotten an IUD, you know how painful that was. I was throwing up and crying in the doctor lobby, and I had to wait for my mom for like 50 minutes. And so my sister has a complex about it, and I have a complex about it too. My complex is that I always think that people forget that we have something planned. So if I have a meeting, like a work meeting, if a brand wants to meet, a date, a guy, not as much dating because I don't really go on dates like that nowadays, but mostly like if I have a meeting, I truly believe in my heart that if I show up, I might be the only one there. And then I'm always surprised that other people are reliable. So maybe that will help heal my drama. But I spent years of my life waiting on my mother. My dad, not so much, but my mom was who I preferred. And so I waited on her. That's actually why my little sister chose to live with my dad, but my dad was meaner to me than he was to her. So And I think I've said this before, but my parents decided that like one parent would take 2 kids and the other would take 2 kids and be responsible. Like one would be only responsible for these 2 financially, and really they did it emotionally as well. And then the other would take these 2. So me and Sarah were my mother's daughters, and Hannah and Abby, Hannah's who's passed, they were my father's daughters. Weirdest dynamic, I swear to God. I put a little of that purple stick on my lips, and I have to go in with this LA palette. I leaked this a couple times, but if you can't find it, you may be able to find it at CVS, because that's where I bought mine. And I'm obsessed with this palette. Last time I put this shade on though, somebody was like, not again with this concealer lips. But oh my God, I love concealer lips. I love it. I think it's so gorgeous and beautiful and amazing and incredible. I love pale lips. And look at that, you guys. It's been only 23 minutes since we started filming and we're already done. We'll do a little bonus though. If you are like glowing and amazing in your face, you should bring it down to the body. So I'm gonna show you what I like to do to get the body glowing too. And for this, you shouldn't have to buy any body makeup. There are designated body makeups and I own some of them and like some of them, but if you have an oil and a loose highlight, or an oil and like a liquid bronzer, or oil and a liquid highlight, you're good. Okay, so you take your oil and some drops of an illuminator. You can add bronzer if you want. I would if I weren't going to class right away. I'm not going to because I have a Skims bra on, and Skims is not cheap and I don't want to get makeup on it, but that is my go-to, that bronzer. But you just take this, you can do it with your hands, super quick and easy. And I have tried many body makeups and there is nothing better than oil. Oil on a hot girl, phew. I don't know if you guys saw this on my Instagram, but we were doing these lingerie shoots with the angel wings. You may have seen them on social media because Henry, the guy who shoots the photos, is famous. He's my friend. He's famous. His videos get crazy views. But whenever I'm there to do the angels makeup, oil. Lots of oil. This is a Poem coconut body oil. Smells good. It can be any oil. I think I have an affiliate code, maybe with a discount. I'll rummage through there and see. No pressure. You can use whatever oil you want. I don't know how much this costs, to be frank, because they gave it to me. Any oil will do, and then you just keep adding. Like if it's not glowy enough, just keep adding your illuminator, and then because you did this, powders will now stick to it and be blinding. So right now I'm just like glowy, pretty nice, soft. But if I put a powder highlight, it will blind you. I don't know if I want to because I'm going to class. I will, I'll show you. Let's use this Oprah one because this is one of my faves. The contour's whatever, like I use it in a pinch, but it's the highlight that I really like. And you might wanna not do this because getting oil in your highlight will leave like a film on it, but I don't use this that much, so it's fine for me. Yeah, see? Blinding. Let's add a little to the cheek. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's how you do it. Should always match the face to the body, really. So yeah, this is our look. Thank you guys for getting ready with me, and I'll see you for the next one. Sorry that this is hurried and doesn't have a juicy story. I will make the next one that much juicier, okay? It's a done deal. I love you dearly. Thank you for your comments. If you want to join and get extra content from me, you are welcome to. You get Emily emojis, $2.99 a month. $4.99, I post out extra shorts every week for the membies and say just stuff that I don't want to post on my usual account. So if you want to be a part of that, please do. I love you, and I'll see you for the next one.